Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For y'all who don't know who I am, my name is Honey Bun. Welcome. What's up? What's happening?
Cinnamon water mixed with marijuana, caramel and honey, appleberry nana. What type of sin is that?
So, y'all are always asking me, and when I say y'all, I mean people who know me. They're telling me basically they want to know my experience in being homeless. So, if you were looking for a fun, cool video, this really ain't it. Before I jump right in, everyone knows I was kicked out from my ex's house, that she kicked me out. Now, I'm not going to say who she is, and people who know who she is, do not send hate her way, because, relationships don't happen. I mean, they don't always work out. So, I don't want to send hate towards her, like, it wasn't her fault that what happened. Like, everything happens for a reason or whatever. But, so yeah, I'm going to start off. So, we were in St. Pete, and this is our second time in St. Pete of being up there living. So we had got into an argument, and basically we were just arguing back and forth, breaking up, getting back together, blah blah blah. So this last time she kicked me out, and I was like, whatever, I don't have nowhere to go. So I texted my friend and was like, hey, do you think you could send me some money to get to the bus station? Because I was going to see if I could just stay with her or have her mom pay for me a bus ticket somewhere. I don't know. So they ended up getting me an Uber from St. Pete to Tampa, which is about 30 minutes to an hour maybe. So walking would have been like 11 hours. And I started walking, and after I got like an hour in, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make it. So once I got to the Tampa, I kept texting my ex, hey, since I can't be over there, can you at least get me a bus ticket or something? Like, no. She said she was going to, but she never came. So basically, first night on the street, I stayed at this water park, and I will insert like a picture over here. All my pictures will be over here. There's this water park, and they had these benches and stuff. And throughout the day, I was waiting for her. I would sit, because you can't really sit in a Greyhound station like that. So I charged my phone, and at the time my phone was still on. So I charged my phone and stuff and just chill at the water park. But, in Florida it's hot, so I had to wear, like, shorts and stuff. There was so many bugs. Like, it was just not good. So, I ended up spending the night at the park. So, the next day, I was in a Greyhound station just chilling. And I would do, like, a wash up, wash off, brush my teeth, all that in there. And I met this guy, Detroit, because that's not his real name. I'm just going to call his nickname Detroit. And he was telling me some good spots to sleep, and I need to be careful. And that's the time I didn't have no food. I had no money for food. So he went to go get me food from his friend's work and brought it back. And that day I spent the day with him. We was chilling or whatever. And he was like, look, if someone fucks with you, I got your back. So I just stayed in the park, and a couple nights he stayed at the park with me just to make sure no one fucked with me, because, I am a young female, and being homeless on the street as a female is not good with a whole bunch of grown-ass men on crack, on Tunchi, all that. So when it would rain, and I'm going to put a picture right here, there was a spot we would just chill at and sometimes fall asleep. But we had to be at the park at 5 o'clock in the morning, because they do a run through. Basically, all the workers get there and they start kicking people out, and if you don't wake up when they tell you to, they're gonna do it one more time, and if not that, they're gonna call the cops. So the cops will come and get you, and you will be banned from the park. So I would get up, go to Greyhound, blah blah blah, and I would sleep in the Greyhound sometimes. Like, there was this corner, I couldn't find a picture anywhere, but if I can, I'll stick it in. But there was like a corner, you walk in and there was a bench, and there was like a corner, and I would sit in that corner and just charge my phone, use my phone, and fall asleep. So until they woke me up. Usually they wouldn't really bother me because I had my suitcase, so it made it seem like I was waiting on a Greyhound bus. So what happened was I started sleeping somewhere else because people would bother me at night. And I will put a picture. Basically, it's in between like a business and a school. So there's like this brick wall, And we would sleep, me and Detroit would sleep behind there, and or in front of the school when it was raining. For food, there was a couple people, they would like Sunday, there would be like a big Sunday breakfast, and you could go in there and you could take some food with you if you wanted to. There was, I think it was Saturday or Friday night, Hispanics would come and bring like a big plate, and sometimes they'll give you one on two depending on, you know, how many people they feed and how much is left. But yeah, there was always like a couple places that bring food or walk through the party and give us food, so that was good because sometimes I didn't eat. Then I met this guy, I'm not gonna say his name, so I'm gonna say Tyrone, and he was a drug dealer. So when when me and him got cool, you know, he would smoke weed with me, like chill, whatever. But he would buy me food, like go get a whole pizza, eat whatever he wants from it, and give me the rest. Like he would make sure I was straight. Burger King, pizza, I mean, just everything. So at one point I had got on this texting app, and this stud named Chunky, she was like, I don't know if she was a dyke or stuff, but she was like, come stay with me, you know, chilling. Like, let me tell you, I fucked up going there. I had my ex's cousin buy me a ticket to go to Miami, which was a long ass ride. Let me tell you, I slept good on that bus. Ain't nobody sitting next to me. I put my stuff down and laid down and fell asleep the whole time. So I got there, and I had to walk a long while. Then I had to get on the bus, and we met up on the bus, went to her place, and she got mad about some BS. I don't want to talk about it. So she ended up saying, like, I'm gonna take you to a shelter because I don't want you living with me. I was like, sketch. So I was like, fuck it. So I grabbed my shit and I started walking until I ended up to a Target downtown, which is Midtown, which I'm gonna put a picture right here. I stayed there for maybe a week or two. And I would sleep. There was like these vending machines, and there was like this little corner. I would sleep right there, charge my phone and stuff. Well, maybe like a couple days in, somebody stole my phone. Okay, so they stole my phone and my charger. So I met this worker at the Target, and she would get me snacks, she would get me food, she would let me use her phone to get in contact with people. Finally, I met this fine ass security guard. Don't get me wrong, I'm gay, but he was fine. Like movie type fine. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. But he was sweet, you know. He was like, hey, I don't have a lot of money to give you, but I'm gonna give you $20, put it towards getting you a ticket back home. So the girl paid the rest of it, and they gave me enough money to get to they bought me an Uber to go to the bus station. Once I got to the bus station, I got on the bus and went back to Tampa. Now, because that's all I could afford is to go back to Tampa, so I might as well. So once I got to Tampa, I was back there. And then there was this couple who were homeless while they were trying to get their apartment ready. So I would hang out with the girl, and I guess her and her boyfriend got into an argument, so they didn't sleep together. So she slept in the park with me, and then we got kicked out the park. So we ended up sleeping in front of a church. If I could remember what church it was, I will put a picture of where we stayed. But then they woke us up and told us we couldn't sleep there. So we got our stuff, left, went to go hang out at Greyhound in the park. But then at one point, I think this was the night of 4th of July, around midnight. This is the shitty part. I'm not going to say details. I'm not going to say who he is. I'm just going to explain to you quickly. I'm trying not to get emotional about it. But remember when I told y'all there was a place we would stay when it rained? So it was raining, so we were all chilling there. Well, I started dozing off because when you're on the street and you don't sleep, you start getting tired. So I was getting tired, and I guess I fell asleep, and there's this grown-ass man sitting behind me, and I already didn't get along with him. I'm gonna call him Sneakers. So I was already not getting along with him because he was sketchy. He kept talking about how I wanted to F him and stuff, and I kept telling him I like girls, I don't like boys, leave me the fuck alone. Like, you know, I don't have time for that, and I couldn't find Detroit at the time. So I fell asleep, and all of a sudden I feel someone touching on me. And I'm like, dude, back the fuck up before I kick you in your shit. So, long story short, I tried to get up and go away, and he held me down. And you know what happened. He did what he did. So as soon as he finished, I pushed him, and I got up and I put my clothes on, well, my pants, because he pulled them down. I had like leggings on, and I start running, and I'm trying to find Detroit. I said, yo, sneakers just raped me, like, I don't know what to do, and I'm crying. He was like, we're going to a police station. So he walked me all the way to a police station, make sure I was safe, and I talked to them, and I stayed all night, all morning with them, and I fell asleep the whole time. They took pictures of my body. They took my clothes away. I was hungry. The place I went to, I was hungry. They gave me some snacks. They gave me a blanket. They gave me clothes, socks. I mean, everything I needed, they gave me. So I was straight. So I ended up calling my ex that kicked me out and told her what happened. I was like, dude, I just don't feel safe. And she told me I look like I lost weight, because when you're on the street and you don't eat, you lose a lot of weight. So I started sleeping under this bridge, and this is when I met, I'm gonna say, Twist and Buff. So Twist and Buff were looking out for me because they were friends with Detroit, and they took me to go eat, and they would go to the library with me, and they found this place where I slept under a bridge. If I could get a good picture, I will put it here. And there was this like thing under the bridge, and I would sleep there. One night, Twist slept with me, and Buff's friend stayed under there too, but he had a problem with me staying there, so I just ended up not staying there no more. So I would sleep at the park again, and in front of Greyhound, and like I said, I'm gonna put all the pictures here. But anyways, I ended up getting in touch with my grandma. She sent me money for food and stuff. She didn't really know the situation, more of like she thought I was staying with a friend. So I told her, or she asked me if I wanted to come live with her. I was like, sure. So her friend was coming through Tampa, so I told her to meet me at the Greyhound station, knowing I was already there. Had my shit packed ready to go, and I was gone. Like, we left, and that's it. I've never been homeless since then. So I've been 7 months off the street, but I was on the street for I was on the street total for 2.5 months maybe, but I was here for 5 months now, I think 5 or 6 months. So the big question I always get is, how do I shower? How do I clean up? When you're homeless, showering is more of a wash up. You take a washcloth soap and you kind of clean yourself in a public bathroom. Luckily for me, we were at the water park, and we would put soap on our clothes, when there was no kids and stuff, we would take it to the water park and just wash it in there, or put body on basically we would shower in the water. Like, I know that's not good and stuff, but when you gotta do what you gotta do. So I just put soap on me, get in the water. We would lay our clothes out in the park. Sometimes we get in trouble for it, but most of the time we'd be very careful. We'd leave our clothes out to dry. Brush our teeth, same thing, bathroom. You just gotta do what you gotta do where you gotta do. Let me tell you, if you are homeless, and here's the question I get a lot: why did I not go to a shelter? Being in a shelter, you have rules to abide by. What you can't, like, you can't have your phones. You can't, you have like a curfew stuff. If you have a job, they're really strict about what hours you can work. Like, it's really so, and plus all the shelters around were really booked up, so I really didn't have a choice. So, but yeah, that's it. Sorry if I didn't get into too detail. It's been a while, so I can't really remember everything. Go ahead and like this video, comment, let me know what other videos you'd like me to do. Go ahead and comment and let me know if y'all want me to do a story time of me and my ex being homeless together. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join the Honey Bun Gang, and go in the description, check out all my social medias, and your girl is out.